Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel, and Dolo here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about curses. Now, curses is deep. Now, like I said, I'm Archangel Uriel, so y'all know I've been here before time, how y'all look at time. So we're going to talk about curses in general. Now, a curse. Now, before we get into curses, we need to understand the actual energetic force of where it comes from. Now, and you want to talk about melanin and things of that nature and darkness. Look, check this out. Check this out. The feminine energy, when it comes to emotions and feelings, anything that's under vibrations is tied to time, fluid, experience, seconds. You know what I'm saying? What came second and things of that nature. So it's the feminine principle, the feminine energy. And also it's known as it's connected to the soul. The soul is part of experience, fluid, emotion, movement, motion. So back in the ancient times, these things were seen as evil. So not the necessary female in general, but see, females that play out in realms of realities has certain mathematical geometric structures that allow them to have more of this energy than per se the male energy, but that's getting into another video. But right now we just want to talk about the energetic forces itself. When we want to talk about the soul having emotions and feelings thrown upon you, this was seen as a curse, and anyone who utilizes emotions and feelings or utilizes the feminine energy are seen as evil. Because, and this is why they seen it as evil. The reason why they seen it as evil is because this was one of the ways of see, when you talk about a void or the feminine energy, this can let energy migrate. So when you get like a shapeless, formless, odorless type of realm, type of thing come into, right? When it goes into darkness or when it goes into waters, aka when it start to have emotions or feelings or a soul put upon it, it's like fluid. So it could be experienced, and within experiences comes like pleasures. I don't want to say it's not at first a pleasure. At first it's just something that you pay attention to, something that grabs your attention, something that forces you to go towards it. It's like a migrating of energy. See, and this is what the feminine principle, the feminine principle and the yin energy, the emotions and feelings, is able to take energy and trap it, put it into a. See, it's not even round or anything yet, but this is where the womb come from. This is why females are able to have that body piece. Each of your body piece is a separate entity. You need to know that. Each body piece part is a whole separate entity. And before you even understand where you at, you need to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as feminine though, the energy of expressing emotions and feelings or having these thrown upon you, way back before men was here, men and women and beings was on this earth plane, right? Going into something, going into a realm of reality, trapping your ideas, or having a direct idea, or having a focused mindset on a specific way of something, that's in the field of darkness. That's in the field of emotions and feelings. That's in the field of experience. And anytime you trap a thought and want to see something made out of it, add as much water, aka feelings and emotions, and bring it into a dimension, then you're practicing physicality. You're practicing coming into the physical. You're practicing being a what do they call it? I don't want to say demon or devil because that's way after the fact. But you know what I'm saying? That's where it originally came from. When you start to tie, like, your mind is supposed to be free. Ideas and thoughts are supposed to be free. But if you want to see your idea come into fruition, you want to experience it, then what happens? You have to gain some type of emotions and feelings behind it, right? And start expressing these thoughts and ideas, right? And then the more you do that, the more you can see it will into your existence, right? Now, this wasn't always seen as good. It wasn't always good coming into the physical. It wasn't always good coming wanting to see a shape and form out of your imagination. That wasn't always good. See, it's different life. So this is why, see, people don't even know how to make the leap from everything on Earth and the leap from how things was before beings was just living on, before this planet was made. Just because before this planet was made, that don't mean that was it. That was it. Just the beginning and the end all and be all. See, so this is why you have people on Earth lost into saying that the physical and non-physical is the same, and trying to put shaping letters onto everything, and want to say the spirit is the sperm. And you got people lost because they probably haven't been a lot of places except Earth. You see what I'm saying? So back then, that's evil, but everyone had their own power to actually do that or not. You had the power to experience your ideas and imagination, but it was a point in time that wasn't necessarily good. Ideas was made to be given. You received the ability to have an imagination, and then you were supposed to give your imagination to something greater than you to do that process and do it in the right way in order for you to live that experience without you doing something wrong or right. See, we didn't down into the lower levels, but that's a whole nother video. I don't want to get into that because we're talking about curses right now. Now, as a curse nowadays, people who add, now when we start to get into the religion and things of that nature, people tied to curses as people who got too much emotions and feelings and things of that nature. So they look at that as a curse. You are cursed because you can't decipher what you consciously see, because you're lost in the realm of the reality of what you see, and you don't know how to handle that. So it's taking tolls, and it's taking different ways, shapes, and forms in your life uncontrollably through people, places, and things and locations. Now, when we bring it down a notch, now where we at today, a lot of things is just chaotic now. People have powers and don't even know they're giving their power to other people and don't even know that they have certain powers. So when we say, like when you look at the Bible and things of that nature, and you say curse, a curse is someone throw upon someone. So when someone was calling somebody a Satan, it's like they was calling someone a bitch, or they was calling someone a faggot. Satan wasn't an actual person. A person could be a Satan. Somebody can be a Satan, but Satan isn't an actual individual. You see what I'm saying? Being a devil wasn't an actual individual. Being a god wasn't an actual individual. These was name callings. You know what I'm saying? These was name callings. Now, when you talk about as far as someone cursing somebody, now when you curse somebody, right, you're throwing an emotional feeling onto them. And like I said, when you talk about the yin world, the yin realm, when you use your soul, that's a world too. And I showed you how to travel in those worlds. So you can go to if you want to know the directional pad in the yin realm, same way you know it in the yang realm, go to my video about it. But for the most part, right, now let me give you an example, right? Say I feel a certain way about you, and you know how I feel about you. So, like I said, whatever you're channeling is channeling you also. So, say if you know how I feel about you, every time you see me, you're channeling me. Or anytime you think about me, you're channeling me, right? But what happens? You see the world I have you in. The same way, if you got a certain perspective about me, say it doesn't matter how you think about me. Say you think I'm dumb, or you think I'm this, that, and the third, right? Anytime I think about you or see you, right, I'm going to see the world you put me in, right? So now we're going to start. Now we're starting to understand worlds, right? So now we start to understand curses. So think about what world you're putting somebody in, right? Say you think negative of somebody, and you look at them like, oh, they ain't shit. They this, that, and the third, and boom, 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 right? So when this person end up channeling you, right, they end up being aware of the world that you put them in. So their attitude towards you is going to be dictated around the world that you put them in. You see what I'm saying? So here's the thing in this society. We already got a group of beings who already cast certain, like, all right, when we say words is like swords, spells, rituals, right? So words is just patterns and things put together that accommodate a bunch of spells and accommodate a bunch of rituals, and they accommodate like the word shit. S is a ritual, H is a ritual, I is a ritual, T is a ritual. All together is a fucking spell. You know what I'm saying? This is why you have to spell it. And when you cast a spell, that's the energetic force you cast on someone else. You know what I'm saying? So whether somebody want to be in that world or be seen in that way from you or not, they have no choice but to be seen that way from you. So how a person's attitude is towards you that's just them fighting their way out of the world that you put them in. So if you look at this person as you don't like this person or whatever like that, when you're around this person gonna act like they don't like you. And they may do certain things to agitate you or to do certain things, and that's their way of getting out of that world or going deeper in that world that you put them in. Because it's them agreeing to the terms and conditions. Like, okay, if this person already see or feel me or feel this way about me in this way, then I'm gonna be that, or I'm gonna do something to change that. But those are the only two outlooks. But the moment that person just don't give a fuck, your spell is not gonna work. See, a person has to give a fuck. A person has to actually pay attention, has to actually care. You have to actually pop up on their mind for your spell to actually work. Now, when we talk about curses, in this world, we already got words that got certain energetic forces to it that you can cast on someone else, and it already means something universally based upon this world we're in right now, this earth we're in, right? So, for an example, bitch. Now, bitch meaning female dog, but we done already gave it a spell. We done already gave it a ritual, and we already done casted it out. So we already from a collective conscious point of view, already agree on the terms of conditions on what bitch can mean, right? So even though bitch don't mean that, we agreed on these terms and conditions what bitch mean. So whenever that spell is casted onto somebody, right, it's going to be felt in that vibration. And see, the actual meaning of it don't even matter. It's just what we agree on. You see what I'm saying? So, we got bitch in a negative annotation. We got bitch in a negative world. So when you call someone a bitch, and if you genuinely feel like they are a bitch, then you have cursed that person. You curse that person. Now that person always know that they are a bitch to you. So that person is in that world that was created out of bitch. This is why it's important for us to create our own feelings and emotions. You know what I'm saying? Amongst words and things of that nature, because we give these things power and source. Anytime a frequency and a vibration come together, that yin yang, that power, that negative and positive coming together, create source, create light, create electric, create magnetic. And then the greater that light, the more power it have to be made physical, or to have authority over things that is physical. You see what I'm saying? So when you curse somebody, you could curse somebody using anything. Now look at shamans and gypsies and witches and things of that nature. They go out their way to for curses and cast and throw hexes on people. But you want to know what it is. A curse is this, throwing your emotional feelings on somebody. And the more time and experience you give that certain emotion and feeling, the more ability and legs it has to walk on to actually be seen in the physical realm. You know what I'm saying? So if you've done somebody really bad, right, their emotions and feelings about you is all that they need. Now certain rituals and spells and shamans and what they want, Wiccas, people who are in the Wicca and things of that nature, see, that's you don't even have to do all that. But if you are the type of person to put in as much effort as going to get trees, which is the earth element, use candles, which would be the fire element, and the smoke would be the air element, or your thoughts would be the air element, and then the water, your emotions and feelings you put into it be the water. Yeah, that's putting a lot of shit into it. But if the person that all that energy is geared towards, if they don't give a fuck about it, it's not going to work. See, these people have to think about it. They have to think, and then they have to go into realms of realities in their head space and in their emotions and feeling space if they actually did you wrong or not. If they did this or if they didn't do. Do they think about it? Do they have their own agenda? If anything that has anything to do with you goes on in their head, then that's when your spell can work. You know what I'm saying? And start to take place in their life. But if it's a person who genuinely don't give a fuck, the vibration frequency has nothing to attach to on that person's aura, on that person's field. It has nothing to attach to. So it has nothing else to do but bounce off. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's an actual curse. A curse is when you throw your emotional vibration on somebody, right? And depending on how strong it is, aka how much experience you throw in it, how much feelings and emotions you throw into it, how much things you do to consist of that. That's how strong it is. How long you're willing to do it for. Then that's how big of an impact the actual curse would take place onto someone else. So I had somebody actually leave ask me a question within my emails and say, what is it with people who curse all the time? You know what I'm saying? And I could speak upon this because I curse all the time. Like, to me, even when I'm cursing, it's not even me being angry or anything. Like, that's just my way of going about my actions. You see what I'm saying? So when you say people who curse a lot of times, now you could be up under a curse from someone else to the point and subconsciously don't know it. You could be a person who's used to throwing curses on other people, right? Or you could have came from a vibrational state in your life where you just came from a world, a cursed world. You see what I'm saying? So in so many ways, shapes, and form, it's like you're fighting fire with fire subconsciously. Like me. Alright, I call myself Archangel Uriel. I could tell you a whole story of how I descended, what, when, where, and how, what was the possibilities, but at the end of the day, I descended, right? So I descended into a curse. So my gift here is to use the curse for my gift. So I come in a way, shape, or form to grab the people of that frequency. So the people I'm grabbing is people who curse all the time. People who may not, who kind of got a sense of we're not supposed to be into all this language and things of that nature the way we supposed, the way that everybody are, but we have to utilize these things to our ability to know how to decipher or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm for the cursed people, the people who are in neighborhoods up under certain illusions and lights and circumstances and situations that it's so easy to get lost, that when you get a person like me that I look and act just like you, but I'm sitting here and telling you some shit that you would think is corny is actually real, then it gives you another frequency vibration of where you at. You know what I'm saying? I'm the motherfucker. I'm the cool nigga in the hood that do a bunch of shit that people who quote unquote are cool think is uncool. You know what I'm saying? I'm the nigga that's changing that shit. You see what I'm saying? People come in so many different ways, shapes, and forms. So as Archangel Uriel, this is how I had to come. So since I'm coming through a curse, I have to use a curse. This is my gift. So I'm coming for all the people who are living in curses or are in a curse or don't understand the curse mechanism in general, and I have to utilize that same curse to get them out of it. You see what I'm saying? The same way you can look at me with everything I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? As far as my debates, I'm hanging myself on the cross for y'all. I'm putting up the fight for astrology. You can say that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to metaphysics and things of that nature, where people try to put all these words and titles over certain ways that the brainwaves work, I'm the living expression of that. So you got people on the internet who can talk about it and try to logically, scientifically, and magnetically talk to you about it, and then you have the people who just live it, and they're living it. And when you watch them, you're seeing it live. So you see what I'm saying? You have astro metaphysics people who know how to talk about it, and then you have astro metaphysic people in general, like me. You watch my videos, you just seeing it live. So even if my words and shit, you may be like, damn, he not saying the right words, or he cursing a lot of this, that, and the third. But it's like a lot of times you don't even have to listen to none of that. You can just watch me and you feel it, and it's like, okay, boom, that makes sense. And you probably heard only 10 words out of the video. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's a difference. You can see it. I'm pretty sure if y'all watch videos every day, you could watch somebody and be like, okay, no, this is a person who learned it and know how to talk about it, and then this is a person who's living it and just doing it and may not necessarily know how to talk about it, but I actually learn way more than this watching this person than actually trying to logically understand all the book knowledge of how this person is trying to present it. When this person may not actually be living it in their life, the only thing that they're living is learning about it. So their life is actually learning about it. Then you got this group of people is their life is actually doing it. See, it's a difference. So when you want to talk about curses and people who are in the vibration that like, for an example, me, I could come to a larger group of people than people who never curse, because people who actually do curse and things of that nature understand that curses is religious. and things of that nature. And then it just goes back to you throwing your emotional feelings onto somebody and you putting them into a specific world. But like, what's the better way I can explain this? People who grew up all PC cutie and people who grew up had like kind of rougher lives and things of that nature and experienced more, these people understand more of life than the people who grew up sheltered. Because even though the person who grew up bad is cursing a lot, they understand the difference between cursing and what's not a curse. So they'd be able to decipher their cursing from it actually being a curse word. I can say bitch and fuck all day. That don't necessarily mean I'm casting a curse. That don't necessarily mean I'm cursing. So y'all letting external people create what y'all think is curses or not. But I'm telling you what a curse actually is. This you throwing someone else in a world that they may not want to be in. People hate being seen in ways that they don't want to be seen. And when you got so many naive people on this earth that place all their emotions and feelings and thoughts on something outside of them, then it's going to be easy to play parts. It's going to be easy for these planets and oversouls to come in and experience shit through y'all dumb motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Where me, you could call me all the names you want in the world. If I don't add no emotional expression to it, if I don't feel no certain way about it, and especially if I don't believe it, it don't work. Like, you got people right now who making videos. Like, I left a comment. Y'all know that the Scholar dude and all his followers and shit, the new people that come on my channel, right? For some reason, they think I'm butthurt because I'm mentioning it like this, or if I respond to a comment. They literally think in their head that I'm butthurt, I'm mad about something, and then they got equations around it and everything. They say, oh, he's mad because he got caught out on this bullshit. Or it's like, it made me just think like, what? Like, we really in two different worlds. If that's what y'all at home sitting down thinking that that's what someone else think, it's like, wow. It's like, wow. To me, that don't do nothing but spread my world. Like, y'all posting me, look, we got two different worlds. Y'all posting me on y'all channel is just y'all just introducing people to me. So I'm gonna get more subscribers and shit like that. But what y'all don't understand is y'all being introduced on my channel don't help y'all because of the energy vibration that y'all in. So this is not a situation of someone being butthurt or not. This is a situation of it is what it is. I didn't got closer to 17 subscribers from y'all. Y'all didn't get no closer to 2,000 subscribers. But I'm butthurt. Like, it's retarded. Like, it just make me think that the common human and the understanding that they think they have is truly no understanding at all. It's truly not. It's truly just what men taught you. And what men taught you is truly just limited. You truly don't even know how to decipher what I'm saying right now. You probably think that's stupid. You probably think, so if we didn't learn from anything, where we can learn, it's like, dudes. It's funny for me. I'm experiencing joy going on, looking at comments and looking at y'all post me on y'all channel. I'm experiencing joy. I just had to get that out because I don't think people understand brain waves. When you talk about stars and star sizes and things of that nature, this is why they correlate it to brain waves. You have delta brain wave, the gamma brain wave, the alpha brain wave. Stars. The bigger the star, the bigger the brain wave. This is why I be saying shit like, you build a body, and your spirit, your consciousness is a shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable form of a gas. We just gonna call it that right now, right? But it need a brain, it need tissue, it need muscle, it needs some type of element structure to build around itself in order to see itself in the way that that realm can visualize something. So when we say sperm, any form of fluid or anything, it's just a body. That's it. Is this a body to survive in that world? Then that body go into another world and build another body on top of that body. Then that body then once you go come out of the egg, you get into this realm. Then you start building other bodies, which is auras, vibrations, and concepts and things that people could know you about. That's another body, and depending on how big a source that is, you go into another body, and then your you're traveling, your shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable gas is traveling brain waves. Dumbass. So it's like, it's just brain waves. That's it. You don't have an alpha brain wave yet. You don't have your small version of your delta brain waves and shit like that is still small. You are a small star. Like, these things is easy to get, but that's what a curse is, though. Curses is just throwing your emotional, and the bigger your emotional source is, the bigger the curse is. See what I'm saying? So, for an example, if you someone that a lot of people look up to you, and a lot of people think your words is bond, your idea about somebody else, you have the power to have a lot of other people have that idea about that person. So that person is put in that world. So that person is going to start experiencing that world way faster physically. You see what I'm saying? Because of the hell you put, the curse you put on that person. And that person have to fight this much harder. You didn't gave this person a reputation. So whether you around that person or not, that person got to fight through that reputation. Fight out of that world. Fight out of that curse. Through other people, places, and things. Based upon just because your influence was so big. But I'm just trying to give you the understanding of what curse is. And how it's presented. And how you ain't got to add no spookiness to it. Flight bus, bitch. Goddamn air.